This is going to be my first YouTube video ever. I'm excited. I feel like most of all, I have a lot to say, and I hope what I have to say could mean something to somebody. Like, I love to talk about self help and like how to improve yourself and how to, not how to, but like ways that I feel have worked for me and like self help books and just different messages and mantras and, all of the things. And so I'm excited to be able to like talk and clear my throat chakra a bit. That's something I've learned. I'm not huge into the chakra thing, but like something I've learned is that my throat chakra is blocked. All my chakras are blocked or misaligned or something. I think for most of us, it doesn't take knowing the chakra system to know that like you're out of whack. Anyways, I just am excited to like talk about all of those types of things and then maybe like try different restaurants in LA and like let's see who has the best just plain original buttermilk pancakes, something like that. Or better yet, chocolate chip pancakes. Or best place for hot chocolate, like in the winter, for example. Things like that I think would be really cute. I don't know. I recently like had to put my dog down, and so I feel like that's like a grief that doesn't really get talked about enough, or maybe I haven't found the right like channels and stuff, outlets for that, because it's so like beautiful actually to like grieve a dog that you had a beautiful relationship with, that just was your world for however many years they were, and like feeling like you did a good job raising them and you gave them a good life. Like those are all such good feelings, and also met with like feeling sad that they're not here anymore, like feeling sad that you don't have your shadow anymore. Like those, it's such a roller coaster of emotions, and I think it should be talked about more. I'd like to talk about it more. um and just what else, like, I don't know, dating and like just even like a back, I don't know, a backstage type of conversation. I don't know what I mean by that. Of how, like, dating, when you're dating someone, you automatically have like less time to spend on yourself, which is okay. And like, the ways in which that could affect you. I think that is interesting to talk about. Um, Living in an area that like doesn't feel aligned and just feeling like misaligned genuinely, like where you are physically located, I think is probably something that a lot of people feel and experience. And I'd like to talk about that too. Like, and also living somewhere or visiting somewhere that feels like so aligned, and being like, whoa, do I belong here or there? I think that is so interesting. Um, I don't know, our everybody's relationship with substances, like those conversations are so interesting too. Like, are you dependent on any substance, or are you more of like an online shopper, or are you watching porn? There's all kinds of vices that we have as humans, and I find that conversation to be so interesting too. Looks like I'm not wearing a shirt, but I am. So let's just pull her up. What else? I just feel like there's a lot that I have to say, and I'd love to say it, even if that's all that I get from it is letting things out that I've needed to let out. Hopefully that could be cathartic, and I'm excited for that. And I don't know, another conversation is like anxiety and mental health. Like, I have just such crippling anxiety, and it's like, I know everybody talks about it, but like, oh my god, it's so crazy to struggle with. And like, especially like a chronic, consistent, like never goes away. You wake up with it, you go to sleep with it 24/7. It's horrific. Like, my cortisol levels must be shot. They're shot for sure. And I really think that's another like interesting conversation to be had because it's like, and I get it. I know that there are solutions of sorts, and I know that like exercising regularly and like therapy and all the different modalities for healing and stuff, massage, acupuncture, meditation. I know that you can heal, but I still feel very like sick. It feels dramatic to say, but like just I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how else to word it, and I hate to say that word. But here we are, you know. Another conversation is like body dysmorphia and like how weird it is and how weird it is. And it really like affects you so much more than you ever wish it did, you know? Like, oh my God, who cares what we look like, you know? Like, it, and I really think just having like a neutral relationship with that would be a good start for me, at least. Like, just feeling like I love and accept myself regardless, you know? Um, but I just don't feel that way. And I don't feel that way looking in the mirror. I don't feel that way looking in a FaceTime or a Zoom. I've gotten a lot better with pictures, and that feels good. I do know that I've grown some, so that's why I was like, I feel bad to like say that I feel sick because I don't feel sick, but I still feel like I'm suffering a lot and struggling a lot. And I'd really like to overcome some of that, you know? Anyways, yeah, the body dysmorphia would be nice to like at least shed some of it and just feel like like I said, neutral about like I love and accept myself regardless of what I look like, regardless of if I'm wearing makeup or not, regardless of if I'm in a cute outfit or not. You know what I mean? Like, what? What are we actually talking about? That is so freaking crazy. I don't know. I don't know. But, anyways, I'm just all over the place. I really am. And I also, another thing is, I know that one of my vices is like consuming like podcasts or at times audiobooks or scrolling. And obviously, I know most average humans nowadays do, you know, deal with that to a certain degree. But I'm just so tired of like escaping and like filling my mind so much with all of that consumption. Again, I think meditation would be a great way to like counteract that. So maybe that's a good start is just meditating 10 minutes a day, but also maybe lowering like decreasing some of my consumption cuz it just feels like way too over the top and it's just like what are you escaping from? Like why can't you just be alone with your thoughts for an hour or two? You know what I mean? And so that's another thing that I'd like to like work on. And I also know and notice and feel like as I heal and all of that, like the all of these sorts of things sort of come naturally. Like you feel more inclined to exercise, you feel more inclined to stretch, you feel more inclined to be present than be on your phone. You feel better in all areas of your life and that is like so incredible. And I just wish not I just wish I'm eager and excited to like embrace that more and go through that more and put in the work so that way I can reap the benefits cuz that's really the way it works is like it's gradual. You have to like put in some effort and then you gradually see the fruits of your labor and that's what I'm hoping for. Anyways, another thing is like acne scars. I don't know if everybody can relate to that. Obviously not, but I feel like that's something that doesn't get talked enough about and like maybe it does. Maybe plenty of people talk about it, but like how many treatments out there exist, how overwhelming it is. I've done CO2 laser once and like I'm ready to do it a second time, but I'm actually not ready because I haven't quite done it, but I'd like to. Even though after the first time I said I'd never do it again, I think I need to be like way more lidocained up and like take some sort of anti-anxiety because it was just so anxiety inducing for me. Speaking of the anxiety, like holy snaps. So I think I can endure it if I was more sedated and more pain relieved up. I think there's hope that it could work well for me. And I am aware that I'm not probably never going to see flawless skin. Like most people don't have flawless skin, you know? But to see progress and improvements and to just feel better in my skin feels so good. Again, I don't know if like I do know that the self love needs to come regardless of if my skin is perfect or not. You know what I mean? So that's just like a hard thing to grasp, though, for some reason, which I don't know why. It's not rationally speaking hard to grasp. Like, I can grasp that. I get it totally for sure. Well, but when it comes down to like actually applying it to myself, I'm like, wait, what? What? What am I talking about? So, I don't know. Another thing is my nail journey. Like, what does everybody do with their nails? What's the best like long nail, but your own natural nail? What lasts the longest, and is the least damaging? Right now, I just have gel on my literal nails, but I was doing Gel X for a couple of years now. Before that, I was doing acrylic overlay, which is just crazy, crazy talk. But I'd like to do something else. So, what could I do from just a normal gel manicure? And I'm hoping to have them grow longer and longer. And then, yeah, I like a not slightly longer, but like a medium nail that's like almond ovalish shape. And it just elongates my fingers so much. And I love it because this is like giving stubby, you know? So, anyways, those are some of the things. And another thing is like being 34 years old and like not married, not having kids, and actually feeling good about it. And like, actually don't think I want kids. And that's a recent development. And I think that's totally okay. And like, what a liberating feeling. You know what I mean? So, another thing I'd like to get into or record is like cute, I think I touched on this, but like cute restaurants or cute neighborhoods, or I like to travel a lot, so maybe not a lot, but the traveling that I do, I should document it and have it like saved somewhere. I think that sounds nice, and I want to do that, and I will do that. um I don't know what else I have to say. I know. I'd like to like work on hobbies and giving myself time to do hobbies and consider what my hobbies might be. I've never been a hobbies girly and I'm really craving that and yearning for that. Where do I start? I know a good example is like somebody that I know was going to do one new random class each month of 2026, like a pottery class in February and then something else in March. You know what I mean? So I think that's a good idea because how do you know what your hobby is meant to be unless you try them? Maybe not all, but you try some of the ones that interest you. Because how do I know? How do I know right now what would interest me long term? Or maybe not long term. Maybe that's the fun of it is just trying different ones and being like, I actually didn't like any of those. Even that is like a win and that's fun. And maybe in a year, my hobby will come to me and then I'll be like, oh, this is totally what it was meant to be. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to like get out there more and do more and check more things off my bucket list, whether it be mental or like physically on my notes app. Another thing is like my spirituality. Like, I really crave more of that. I really yearn for like a stronger relationship with my higher power in the universe. Like, I want to have more conversations with my higher power in the universe, which are synonymous for me. Like, you know, and I've heard that it's like any other relationship. Like, you have to dedicate like time and energy and effort to the relationship in order for it to like flourish and all of that. So I'm really wanting to do that too. Just spend more time on that. And again, maybe that is through meditation too. Maybe meditation is the solution to every single issue I have. Probably. You know what? Probably. Um, but it's okay. We're getting there. I'm working on it little by little. It's all I also know I get like I have millions of ideas and then I get overwhelmed by all the ideas that I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to do any of these things and it's better that I just don't try any of these things and stay in my comfort zone, and that's where I'm most comfy. And it's like, girl, what are you? Stop it. Stop it right now. You need to try new things. You need to be willing to be slightly uncomfortable. Like, you can do it, Amanda, you know? And I know that. I know that to be true, but I really just need to like push myself and do it and do these things that are like hard and intimidating to me. Even now, I feel like I could burst into tears, and maybe I should. I probably should. I have a lot of pent up emotion, but I don't want to ruin my makeup, so I'm not going to. Um, okay, that's enough. So, I don't want to cry right now. I love to cry, but not when I'm trying to go into dinner pretty soon here. So I really enjoyed this. I'm going to go ahead and close it out, and hopefully, I don't know, we'll see how this does and how I feel about it, and hopefully I can document some of what I talked about. Bye.